Hey guys, Sean here. I'm going to explain to you how to answer this question correctly. So we got a transition question here. And if we look at the first sentence, we see, contrary to popular belief, quinoa is not a cereal grain, which is derived from types of grass, but a pseudo-cereal since it is a seed. Blank, second sentence, quinoa can be consumed like a grain. Let's stop there. So we see that in the first sentence, quinoa is not a cereal grain. And in the second sentence, it says quinoa can be consumed like a grain. So we see something that shows contrast because quinoa is not a grain, but it can be consumed like a grain. So we should anticipate a transition of contrast here. Now, alpha is a transition of contrast, but rather works more like instead or alternatively. So it should introduce an alternative to the previous sentence. But this should be a more general type of contrast, like however, or something that shows like in spite of this, which is what delta shows. Regardless works very much like nevertheless, which would mean like in spite of this. It works because in spite of quinoa being or not being a cereal grain, it can still be consumed as if it were a grain. Bravo doesn't work because Bravo would introduce an illustration. Charlie doesn't work because accordingly is a cause and effect transition, which should introduce the result of the previous statement. Okay, so delta is your answer. Got it? Good.